What if I shared with you that there's an underlying reason why your body hasn't been building strength, even though you've diligently been doing everything you believe is right? You ensure you walk daily. You actively maintain your engagement. You even make conscious efforts to eat more nutritiously. Yet, a persistent feeling of unease lingers. You sense a noticeable decline in your strength. Everyday actions, such as rising from the sofa or ascending a flight of stairs, now feel considerably more challenging than they ought to. Here's the critical truth that no one has explicitly told you. After reaching the age of 60, your body requires a distinct kind of stimulus to effectively build muscle. Mere movement alone is insufficient. Not even consistently achieving 10,000 steps a day will provide this specific trigger. However, this revelation is far from discouraging. In fact, it's profoundly empowering because today I'm going to reveal two straightforward movements. Exercises that demand no gym membership, no specialized equipment, and no intricate routines, which directly transmit a powerful message deep within your body. It's time to initiate rebuilding. These movements are not novel. You might even believe you're familiar with them, but no one has elucidated them to you in this particular manner before. What if I told you these specific actions could accomplish far more than simply strengthening your physical frame? What if they possessed the potential to facilitate deeper, more restorative sleep, enhance your posture, reinstate your sense of balance, and even ignite crucial hormonal shifts that your body needs to truly flourish after 60? That's precisely what we are poised to uncover together. And if you've ever felt as though you've been meticulously adhering to all the correct practices but still haven't witnessed the desired outcomes, please feel free to share your personal experience in the comments section. Perhaps include your first name, age, or your location. I personally read every single message, and your story truly holds significance. Now, let's commence at the very foundation of genuine strength. Exercise 1, the push that propels you back through time. There's a subtle yet essential form of strength that we tend to lose without immediate awareness. The power to effortlessly open a stubborn jar, to gracefully lift ourselves from a seated position, or to confidently push open a heavy door. Most individuals only realize they're losing this crucial strength when they suddenly find themselves in need of it. But what if I told you that one small, precisely executed movement could not only restore that lost strength, but also rekindle the fundamental connection between your physical body and your resolute will? It begins with a simple act: standing tall and facing a sturdy wall. This seemingly elementary press against a wall might appear too basic to yield any real impact, yet the internal physiological responses it elicits are profound. This specific movement transmits vital mechanical signals deep into your muscle cells, actively prompting them to initiate a rebuilding process. This intricate process is scientifically termed mechanotransduction, and it precisely describes how your body intelligently converts physical effort into tangible growth. Unlike casual walking, which typically engages your upper body at only 20–30% of its full potential, this particular exercise activates your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core at over 60% capacity. That represents a significant level of stimulation, more than enough to trigger the formation of new muscle fibers, even at the advanced ages of 70 or 80. And here's what renders it especially invaluable: it's incredibly low impact. There's no undue pressure on your joints, no requirement for expensive or complex machinery. It's simply your body and gravity collaborating harmoniously rather than working in opposition. However, the advantages of this movement extend considerably beyond mere strength. This exercise actively promotes improved posture. As we age, the persistent force of gravity often pulls us forward, leading to rounded shoulders, a curved back, and reduced space for our lungs to fully expand. With consistent practice, this movement effectively strengthens the crucial muscles that gently pull your chest open and meticulously align your spine. Enhanced posture doesn't merely alter your physical appearance, it profoundly influences how you breathe, digest food, and even how deeply you sleep. Furthermore, it fortifies your respiratory muscles. By deliberately controlling your breath as you exert force and then release it, you actively train your diaphragm and intercostal muscles, thereby supporting deeper, more complete inhalations and exhalations. This can significantly improve the flow of oxygen to your brain and muscles, leading to reduced fatigue and a sharper, more focused mind. And there's an additional, equally important benefit: neural activation. Each time you perform this movement, your brain engages in a precise practice of sending signals to your muscles with heightened accuracy. This practice helps to significantly improve your coordination, enhance your overall stability, and sharpen your proactive ability to prevent falls before they even occur. So, how exactly do you execute this powerful movement? Begin by standing approximately an arm's length away from a sturdy wall. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height, ensuring your fingers are pointing upwards. Maintain a straight line with your body, extending from your head all the way down to your heels, while gently engaging your core muscles. Slowly and deliberately bend your elbows, guiding your chest towards the wall. It's crucial to keep your elbows at a 45-degree angle, preventing them from flaring outwards. Lower yourself until your nose is just a few inches away from the wall. Then exhale smoothly as you press yourself back to the initial starting position. This completes one repetition. Start by aiming for 8-10 repetitions. Take a 1-minute rest, then perform 2 to 3 sets 3 times throughout the week. If you find the exercise becoming too easy, simply step your feet a bit further back from the wall to progressively increase the resistance. Conversely, if it feels too challenging, move closer to the wall to lessen the difficulty. Now let's address safety considerations. Most older adults can safely and effectively perform this movement. However, if you are dealing with severe shoulder injuries, have recently undergone rotator cuff surgery, or have unstable joints, it is imperative to consult with your physical therapist or doctor before initiating this exercise. Always prioritize listening to your body. The focus here is on consistent progress, not on pushing yourself to the point of discomfort or injury. I vividly recall the story of June, a remarkable 71-year-old woman living independently and fiercely determined. She began incorporating this movement into her routine 3 times a week. Within just 1 month, she observed a noticeable easing of her back pain. By the second month, she could lift heavier bags of groceries without any strain. And by the third month, she shared a sentiment with me that I will never forget. I feel like my upper body truly belongs to me again. And that fundamentally is the essence of this practice. It's about reclaiming genuine ownership of your body. It's about reestablishing the powerful connection between your brain and your muscles. It's about meticulously rebuilding what the passage of time had attempted to diminish. This particular exercise may not capture sensational headlines. It certainly won't set new athletic records, but it might just empower you to effortlessly open that stubbornly tight jar without needing to ask for assistance, or to push yourself up from your bed with greater ease tomorrow than you manage today. And sometimes it is precisely in these seemingly small, everyday victories that true power truly begins to manifest. Exercise 2, the movement that safeguards your independence. There exists a singular movement that quietly yet profoundly dictates how long you will be able to maintain your independence in life. It possesses no glamorous allure. It will not earn you admiring compliments at the gym, yet it could represent the crucial distinction between being able to rise autonomously and needing to rely on another person to assist you. This particular movement isn't primarily about achieving peak physical fitness. It is, at its core, about preserving your fundamental freedom. It embodies the intrinsic capacity to gracefully lower yourself and then rise again with confidence. You execute this movement dozens of times throughout a typical day without a second thought, whether it's getting up from the toilet, standing from a chair, or ascending a flight of stairs. However, once your legs begin to weaken, these seemingly trivial daily actions transform into daunting, frightening obstacles. This is precisely why this exercise holds such immense importance. It doesn't merely develop your leg muscles, it actively reawakens your inherent ability to stand tall and resolute in life. What makes this movement exceptionally potent is its comprehensive targeting of your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and calves, effectively engaging your entire lower body chain. More significantly, it meticulously retrains your neuromuscular memory. The ingrained pattern of sitting down and standing up that many seniors unfortunately begin to lose after the age of 60. And when you perform this movement with deliberate intention, something truly remarkable occurs. Your body naturally releases vital growth hormones and testosterone, even well past the age of 60. This doesn't originate from supplements or pills, but rather because your brain instinctively recognizes this specific movement as absolutely essential for your survival. The greater the muscle groups involved, the louder and more impactful the biological signal. In fact, a compelling study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health closely monitored 200 seniors over a period of 16 weeks. Those participants who consistently performed this movement 4 times per week gained nearly 4 pounds of lean muscle, not fat, but actual muscle tissue. Even more impressive, their risk of experiencing falls plummeted by a remarkable 50%. And that figure represents far more than just a number. It translates directly to fewer hospital visits, fewer devastating hip fractures, and fewer weeks spent immobilized in bed, where even more strength is typically lost. Let's delve a bit deeper into these benefits. When you strategically strengthen your glutes, your body's largest muscle group, you can currently enhance pelvic stability, improve spinal alignment, and optimize your walking gait. This multifaceted improvement directly leads to superior balance and a notable reduction in pain experienced in your knees, hips, and lower back. Your quadriceps muscles furnish you with the essential power required to stand up, while your calves and hamstrings provide crucial control and stability. In unison, these muscle groups forge a robust foundation upon which you can literally and metaphorically stand. I have personally guided numerous men and women in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s who initially struggled immensely to exit a car or use the restroom without assistance. Time and again, I have witnessed this single powerful movement empower them to regain their precious confidence and cherished dignity. So, how exactly do you perform this transformative exercise? Locate a sturdy, non-slippery chair. Position yourself directly in front of it with your feet spaced shoulder width apart and your toes gently turned slightly outward. Extend your arms straight out in front of you at shoulder height to aid with balance. Now visualize yourself sitting down in deliberate slow motion. Initiate the movement by pushing your hips backward first. It's crucial not to lead with your knees moving forward. Maintain a lifted chest and keep your gaze directed straight ahead. Lower your body until your bottom just barely makes contact with the chair's surface. It's important not to simply collapse into it. Pause briefly in this position, then forcefully drive upwards through your heels, rising with focused intention. At the very top of the movement, consciously squeeze your glutes. This completes 1 repetition. Begin by aiming for 8 to 10 repetitions. Allow yourself a 90-second rest period. Then, perform 2 to 3 sets, 4 times each week. If, in the initial stages, you find it necessary to sit fully between each repetition, that is perfectly acceptable. Remember that progress is built upon numerous small victories. Wish to increase the challenge? Hover just above the chair without making actual contact. Prefer an easier variation? Utilize a slightly higher surface. Now, a gentle but important word of caution. If you suffer from severe knee arthritis, have recently undergone knee or hip replacement surgery, or struggle with maintaining balance, it is imperative to consult your doctor or physical therapist before commencing this exercise. You may require modifications to the depth of the movement or the addition of supportive aids. I remember Linda, a 68-year-old woman who couldn't stand up without physically pushing her hands into her thighs for support. After consistently practicing this movement 3 times a week for 6 weeks, she told me, "For the first time in years, I rose from the couch without needing to use my hands. I felt strong." That isn't merely strength. That is genuine liberation. Because true strength isn't about the sheer size of your muscles. It's about the vital capabilities you still possess within your body. And this singular movement, it quietly restores your profound ability to continue performing the actions that make you feel genuinely like yourself. This isn't merely exercise, it is meticulous preparation for a life you unequivocally still deserve to live on your feet and entirely on your own terms. Practical advice for older adults derived from real life experience, not just scientific theory. If you are over the age of 60, allow me to impart something profoundly simple yet incredibly powerful. You don't necessarily need to train harder. What you truly need is to train smarter. The natural loss of muscle mass that accompanies aging is not an unavoidable life sentence. Rather, it serves as a signal, a gentle nudge from your body, subtly communicating, I need you to pay closer attention. And the most effective response isn't to engage in extreme workouts or chase after fleeting trendy diets. It is unequivocally consistency, a thoughtful, gentle, and unwavering consistency. Just 2 or 3 brief sessions per week dedicated to focused movements like the ones I have just demonstrated possess the power to restore significant strength, enhance stability, and rebuild lost confidence. This won't happen overnight, of course, but it will most certainly unfold steadily over time. And always bear in mind that muscle isn't solely constructed within the confines of a gym. It is fundamentally built in your kitchen and during periods of essential rest. Ensure that you are consuming an adequate amount of protein, strategically distributed throughout your day, staying properly hydrated by drinking sufficient water, achieving restorative sleep, and affording your body ample time to recover. These are the genuine foundational building blocks of enduring lifelong strength. Avoid the trap of comparing yourself to your younger self or to anyone else. At this particular stage of life, functional ability overwhelmingly surpasses mere aesthetic form. If you can move with controlled precision, stand up with ease, and experience a life with less persistent pain, that unequivocally defines success. Do not pursue intensity for its own sake. Instead, pursue unwavering quality. Pursue a profound sense of purpose. And above all else, extend kindness and compassion to yourself. Every single repetition, every conscious breath, every earnest attempt, each one truly matters. You are not simply engaging in physical exercise, you are sending a deeply affirming message to your body, I still care about you. And your body is perpetually receptive, always listening. Strength isn't what you might think it is. True strength, the kind that truly matters most after the age of 60, is not ostentatious or loud. It does not seek to show off. Instead, it simply shows up. It manifests itself when you manage to stand tall and steady after experiencing a moment of unsteadiness. It appears when you confidently reach for an upper cabinet without a trace of fear. It becomes evident when you rise from a chair and no longer find yourself having to brace your body with both hands. That, my friends, is genuine strength. And that, profoundly, is dignity. You didn't choose to watch this video purely for entertainment. You arrived here because something deep within you still yearns to fight for the quality of life you unequivocally deserve. A life where you move with absolute freedom, breathe deeply and fully, and once again place unwavering trust in your own body. These two seemingly simple exercises are far more than just physical movements. They serve as potent reminders that you are not inherently fragile, reminders that while age may indeed alter your pace, it can never erase your intrinsic power. Reminders that strength is not exclusively reserved for the young. It rightfully belongs to those who are truly committed. And you are committed. You wouldn't be here actively engaging with this message if you weren't. So today, let us cease waiting for a more opportune day or a perfectly laid out plan. Let us stop uttering the words someday and instead wholeheartedly embrace saying now. Now is the definitive moment to press forward. Now is the definitive moment to rise. Now is the definitive moment to begin anew. And if any part of this message resonated deeply within you, please take a moment to leave a comment below. Share your name, your city, or simply declare, I'm starting today. Because every single movement you make truly matters. And so profoundly do you. You always have, and you always will.